Hello and welcome back to another video. This one is a request, actually. I had a request a few days ago on making a video where I specify what each class is good for. So I'm going to do just that. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and tap that like button, smash the subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. Starting off with Warrior first, this is an offensive area of effect class. Now the main skill is the Whirlwind, which causes armor break, which reduces the armor. This is a great class to use either with a group or even solo. Warrior's cross skill is also an AoE attack, so this couples perfectly with that class. Mage is a long-range offensive damage over time class. This has some really nice skills. Lightning Storm is one where you can actually stun your opponent on the first attack, and then you also have the Ice Spear. Now this actually slows your opponent down as well as causing a DOT, so this is a really nice class overall. Rune Siphon is also a damage over time attack. Rogue is a single target damage over time class. Its main strength is dealing poison over time, and this can cause quite a bit of damage, making this class quite the formidable opponent. I largely ignored this class because I just didn't feel it did enough damage, but surprisingly it actually holds its own very well. The cross skill is Swift Kick. Now this lowers the attack of the opponent, but I find there are better options for cross skill. Healer is a support class. This is a class you're definitely going to want to run with a group. Its main focus, of course, is healing you and your allies. It also does have some buffs that it can apply to you and your team, and overall, it's a pretty good class for a support class. Its cross skill is Presence of Mind, and this is a good thing to have if you do need a lot of healing, but I honestly find there are better cross skills. Guardian is an offensive and a support class rolled into one. With some powerful attacks ready to take down your foes and the ability to heal yourself and others around you, this is a class you could run either by yourself or with a group. Its cross skill is Provoke, which is nice if you want to generate more aggro, but otherwise I find there are better cross skills. Ranger is a long-range, offensive, area of effect class. Ranger works okay if you're by yourself, but it works much better when you're with a group. It has 3 different abilities which damages the other opponents. You've also got one that is a DOT, so this works really well when taking down multiple enemies. Its cross skill is Disengage, which can come in pretty handy in certain situations. Dragon Slayer. This is an offensive single target class. This class is a hard hitter, and with the chance to silence your opponent can definitely make this class a formidable foe. Its cross skill is Rend, which breaks your armor, and this can come in really handy. Pirate is a long-range offensive single target class. Alpha Pirate is the exact same thing, the only difference is it has a different ultimate. The damage output of Pirate can be incredibly high, but it also depends on its RNG. With its third ability, being able to have the capability of becoming Flak Shot can make or break this class. And this is honestly my favorite class, partly because I love shooter games, and secondly because of the RNG chance. Its cross skill is Lucky Shot, which does do a critical hit. The next class is Paladin. This is essentially a tank. This class works best with a group, however it can go solo as well, and this is definitely a tank with the shield ability. This can make this thing absorb a lot of damage. With the capability of healing itself as well as damaging its opponents, while dishing out extra damage to the undead, this is definitely a class worth getting. Its cross skill is one of my favorites, the Holy Bolt, and this is a regen, so it gives you heal over time. Necromancer. This is a long-range, single-target offensive class. This is a great class if you're running solo. It has a small health regen, but it's very minimal. It also has the Dark Decay, which does do damage over time, as well as armor break. And it summons the undead, which is, of course, the main focal point of this class. Its cross skill is Bone Prison, and this comes in really handy in certain situations. Ninja is by far the most complicated class. This is a single target offensive class. You use certain jutsus like earth, wind, or fire, and based on what options you choose, you have certain abilities available to you. This class does have ranged attacks, which can come in handy if you're in a situation where you need to use ranged attacks. It can deal some massive damage and overall is a really good class. Its cross skill is Sprint, and this can come in really handy in certain situations. The next class is Moglomancer, and this is a support class. The Moglomancer summons Moglins, some of which can increase your auto attack damage, some of which can heal you and your allies, and some of which can silence the opponent. This class is definitely best used when using it with a group. Its cross skill is Blizzard Blitz, which is a pretty good attack. This is an AoE attack that I use quite often. The final class, as of the filming of this video, is Berserker, and this is an offensive area of effect class. This class can deal some massive damage, but this in turn can hurt you. With a pretty powerful AoE attack, this Berserker can take on multiple enemies nicely. This is a great class if you decide to run by yourself, but it also works really well in groups too. Its cross skill is Wild Shout, and I've honestly never used this cross skill before because there's better options. But there we go, hopefully this video will help some of you guys choose what class you want to run with. That is it for this video, hope you guys enjoyed, thanks for watching, and keep those swords swinging.